To discuss basic algorithms to sort array of elements. So in that we are going to discuss bubble sort, selection sort, and next we are going to discuss insertion sort. Before knowing about bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort, we need to know what is sorting. So sorting is a process in which records are arranged in ascending order or descending order. The sort methods has great importance in real life problems. For example, in mobiles also, whenever we are entering contacts and when you reopen it, the all the contacts are sorted in alphabetical order and it will be displayed. So not only in the mobile phones, in outside the real time problems also, we will use these sorting kind of techniques. So what is sorting? Sorting is a process of arranging the set of elements in ascending or descending order. But whenever we are performing bubble sort, selection sort, and insertion sort, we will follow the ascending order only. First, we go with the bubble sort. What is bubble sort? The bubble sort is an example of exchange sort. Exchange sort is the synonym for bubble sort. So bubble sort and the exchange sort you can think of similar. In this method, the repetitive comparisons is performed among elements and essential swapping of elements is done. So in this method, if the set of elements are given like this from 5 to 8, for example, these are the set of elements, the repetitive comparison is made among these 5 elements, and if the necessary, the exchange is done or swapping is done. Bubble sort is commonly used in sorting algorithms. So whenever you want to sort any elements, the bubble sort is used in very common. But when you use the bubble sort, what is the disadvantage you are going to get? It is very time consuming process. When you use bubble sort, it will consume lot of time. And what exactly will happen in the bubble sort? In this type of bubble sort, two successive elements are compared and swapping is done. That means the first 5 and 1 are compared, then 1 and 4 are compared, 4 and 2 and 2 and 8. Two successive, two side by side elements are compared. If the first element is what we can say greater than the second element, then we will swap the first and second element. Then into the fifth place, fifth element, one will come. Into the one, five will come. And then again we will compare the next two successive elements. If the first element is greater than the second element, then swap the elements. And again, next to two successive elements are compared. If the first element is greater than second, again swap, and again the last two successive elements are compared. The step by step enter array elements are checked. What we can say, the step by step entire array elements are checked. So like this, the side by side elements are checked like this. First side by side elements, then next side by side elements, like this. Total array elements are checked. It is different from selection sort. So he is discussing about selection sort. We will have a look at selection sort in a selection sort topic. So up to this, it is enough. So what exactly is happening in this bubble sort? Two successive elements are compared and swapping is done. There's a step by step entire array elements are checked. First we start with here two successive elements, then immediate two successive elements, like this. Entire elements are compared. So we can have an idea here. So before going into the bubble sort, we should know that, for example, here number of elements are represented with n. if number of elements n equal to 5, then the number of passes, pass 1, pass 2, or number of iterations are required to sort the total number of elements, total n number of elements are n minus 1 passes or n minus 1 iterations. For example, here n is 5, that means 5 elements are there. So 5 minus 1, 4 repetitions or 4 iterations or 4 passes are required to sort the 5 elements. For example, there are 10 elements, n value equal to 10, then n minus 1 passes are required to sort n elements. That means to sort the 10 elements, 10 minus 1, 9 passes or 9 iterations are required. Here n value is 5, so that we are going to have only 4 passes. In the first pass, we are taking the original values 5, 1, 4, 2 and 8. Now what will happen? First we are going to select the two successive elements 5 and 1, and we are swapping the 5 first element and the second element here, because the 5 is greater than 1 here, not 4, it is 1. So then we are swapping 5 and 1. After this second iteration, the next two successive elements are taken 5 and 4. 5 is greater than 4, so swap 5 and 4. Swap 5 and 4. Then 4 will come to the 5 place, 5 will come to the 4 place, like you see here. In the next iteration, you will consider next to two successive elements 5 and 2. Then since the 5 is greater than 2, swap the 5 comma 2. Then 2 will go to the 5 place and 5 will come to the 2th place. Then last two successive elements, the 5 and 8. So 5 is not greater than 8. There is no swapping at all. If 5 is greater than 8, we will swap 5 and 8 values. So with this, after these 4 iterations in the past one element is sorted. What is the one element? 8. Eighth element, one element is sorted. We need to sort even 4 elements. So we are going to the second pass. That means in every pass, one element is sorted. So in this pass one element is sorted, that is 8. Next, go to the pass 2. Again, you select starting two successive elements 1 comma 4. One is not greater than the 4, then no swapping. Then come to the next iteration and select the two successive elements 4 comma 2. 4 and 2 compare. 4 is greater than 2, then swap 4 and 2. So 2 will come to the 4 position, 4 will come to the 2 position. Then immediately you go to the next iteration and select two successive elements 4 and 5. 4 is not greater than 5, so no swapping. Then go to the next iteration. 5 and 8 you select two successive elements. 5 is not greater than 8, there is no swapping at all. So with this, two elements are sorted, 5 and 8 are sorted in the second pass. In the third pass, again you select the starting two successive elements 1 comma 2. So 1 is not greater than 2, there is no swapping. Come here, 2 is not greater than 4, no swapping at all. 4 is not greater than 5, no swapping. 5 is not greater than 8, no swapping. By this time, 4 elements will be sorted. Three elements will be sorted. Now come to the pass 4, and again you select the first two successive elements. 1 is not greater than 2, no swapping. 2 is not greater than 4, no swapping. 4 is not greater than 5, no swapping. 5 is not greater than 8, no swapping. With this, the the fourth element is also sorted. And no need to sort the last element, because To sort the last element, we need to have the one more element, but there is no one more element. Whenever you are sorting the fourth element, automatically fifth element will also be sorted. That is why the reason to sort 5 elements, we need only 4 passes. So this is the procedure. Then we will choose one for loop to select the pass 1, pass 2, pass 3 and pass 4. Whenever pass 1 is selected with the one for loop, to iterate this selection first time, second time, third time and fourth time, we are going to have one more for loop for this element selection, one for loop. For the passes selection, one more for loop, and we go into the program and we will write the logic for this particular bubble sort according to this explanation. Open Turbo C. Alt F, new, maximize it, save it with the name bubble sort bubble.c. Start the program with void main. Write down get ch. What are the variables required? To hold the set of elements, one array element, the maximum capacity I am taking 10. Even though maximum set of elements are 10, I will consider only n number of elements only. And for repetition of the outer loop, one for loop I variable and second for loop j variable. And whenever you are swapping, we have to use one temporary variable. Like when we are swapping two numbers, we used one temporary variable. So here also we are performing swapping. So use the temporary variable also. After declaration of all the variables, write down CLR, SCR. First we need to know, we need to have the set of elements, but how many elements we are going to enter into the AR array, we don't know. So ask the n value printf \n enter number of elements, enter number of elements. Then whenever user is entering number of elements, scan that number of elements with percentile D and store that number of elements into the address of n. You know how many elements you are going to enter into the array. Then immediately ask the user printf. He only said he is going to enter n number of elements. For example, n is 5. Ask the user to enter 5 elements. Enter percentile D elements, where percentile D is replaced with the n value, that means 5. Enter 5 elements. It is going to be printed on the monitor. Whenever user is entering 5 elements, use the for loop, repeat it for 5 times to capture 5 elements. I equal to 0, I must be less than the n. That means starting from 0 to 4, 5 iterations every time I plus plus. Whenever loop is iterating 5 times, execute the scanf 5 times and capture one element for one iteration. For 5 iterations, 5 elements are captured with scanf and stored into the address of AR of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is represented with I variable. So with this, all the elements, all the 5 elements are captured. The elements are ready. Now we have to start the bubble sort. We have to start the bubble sort logic. I said one for loop for selecting the passes, pass 1, pass 2, pass 3. If number of elements are 5, the passes are required 4. Iterations are required 4. So here I am writing I equal to 0 and I must be less than n. N means 0 to 4, 5 iterations, but we need only 4. So minus 1. That means 4 only. Increment the I variable. This for loop I am writing for a selection of passes. Pass 1, pass 2, pass 3. Earlier we have seen what is passes. Second for loop, whenever the first pass 1 is selected, then we have to select the elements. For element selection, we are writing the second for loop, j equal to 0 and j must be less than n minus 1. So we are going to select the starting element, and from the starting element to till the last element we are selecting. So last element need not to be sorted, because if you want to sort the last element in the array, you need to have the next element to that last element. So there is no next element for the last element to compare, so no need to compare the last element. So remove the that last selection also, n minus 1. And for every pass, already one element will be sorted. So after pass 1, you no need to sort test the last element. After pass 2, you no need to sort the last 2 elements. After pass 3, you no need to sort the last 3 elements. After pass 4, no need to sort the last 4 elements. So like that, how to ignore the already sorted elements? For that, you write down minus I. So j less than n minus 1 minus I, by seeing this logic only, he will identify the student is writing bubble sort. So you must write like this. And j plus plus. The inner loop will select the selection of elements. Selection of successive elements or side by side elements. So selection of elements. Right. Whenever I equal to 0, pass 1 is selected. Whenever j equal to 0, for one iteration of the outer loop, inner loop will iterate starting with 0 to up to n minus 1 minus I. It will complete all its iterations. Then it will go to the second pass. I equal to 1 means second pass. After for one iteration of the for loop, again we will go into the inner loop and it will execute completely for one iteration of outer loop. Then again we will go for the outer loop and it will increment from 1 to 2. That means we are in the pass 3. So like that, this is a repeated process. So whenever I equal to 0, j equal to also 0, condition also you check it is true, then we are entering into the inner for loop. In the inner for loop, I am checking whenever the 0 index element, j equal to 0 means we are selecting AR of j. That means AR of 0 element is compared whether it is greater than AR of j plus 1. That means AR of j means 0, AR of j plus 1 means 0 plus 1, 1. So AR of 0 index, AR of 1 index. So 0 index element and 1 index elements are compared. If the first element, AR of 0 element is greater than the AR of 1 element, then we have to swap the both the elements. How to swap? First we have to take temporary variable. Into the temporary variable you assign AR of 0 element, first element, and into the first element again AR of j element you assign AR of j plus 1 element. That means into the AR of j you are assigning AR of j plus 1. Second element is swapped into first element. Into the second element, now into the second element, j plus 1. So earlier you swapped a second element into the AR of j, first element. Now into the j plus 1, into the second element, you are swapping or assigning the first element. Where is the first element? AR of j. AR of j is now holding the value of second element, but we are temporarily stored into temp variable the value of AR of j. So instead of AR of j, use the temp, so that will represent the first element. Every time this will happen. After completion of the comparison, the j value is incremented from 0 to 1, then AR of 1 and 1 plus 1 2, AR of 1 and AR of 2 side by side, next elements are compared. If the second and third element compared, second element is greater than the third element, then again swapping will occur. Like this, 0 to n minus 1 minus I, that means up to the last element, it is repeated. So this is the logic we have to write. Let me explain once. Here, the array of elements are 5 comma 1 comma 4 comma 2 comma 8, and the array index positions are 0 1 2 3 and 4. Now you start with outer loop. Outer loop value is 0. Outer loop value is 0. For one iteration of the outer loop, inner loop will execute completely. So inner loop will start with 0 also. Condition you check, j of n minus 1. N minus 1 means what? The n value is 5. 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus I. I value is 0. So 4 minus 0 means 4 only. So first the j variable is started with 0. Then we are entering into the inner loop, and the first statement in the inner for loop is if condition. What is the if condition? If AR of 0, AR of 0, AR of j we have to write, but j means here first value of j, that is 0, is greater than AR of j plus 1. AR of j plus 1. J means 0. 0 plus 1 means 1 only. What is the AR of 0 element? 5. Is that 5 is greater than the AR of 1 element? Yes. Then what we have to do? We have to swap the 5 and 1 according to this one. So first AR of j, that means AR of 0 element is copied into temporary, and then into the AR of 0, that means into the 5, AR of j plus 1, that means AR of 1 element. 1 element means this one is replaced. So here into the fifth place 1 will come. Then into the AR of j plus 1, that means 0 plus 1, AR of 1 equal to temp. What is the temp value? AR of j value, that is 5. So that 5 is again assigned to j plus 1, which is here 5. So swapping, when swapping is occurred, the 1 and 5 values are swapped according to earlier swapping logic. Then again the j variable is incremented from 0 to 1. Then here it is AR of 1, and it is 1 plus 1 2. Then 5 and 4. AR of 1 element is 5, AR of 2 element is 4. Is 5 is greater than 4? Yes. Again swapping will occur if condition is true, and swapping will occur. Whenever swapping is done, into the 5 position 4 will come, into the 4 position 5 will come. Again the j variable is incremented from 1 to 2. Then here AR of 2 and 2 plus 1 3. AR of 2 and 3 values are compared. Is that 5 is greater than 2? Yes. Then again condition is true and swapping is done. Then into the 5 place 2 will come. Into the 2's place 5 will come. Then again the value is incremented from what 0 to 2 to 3. Here 3 and here 3 plus 1 4, right? 4. What is the value at index 3? 5. And what is the value at index 4? 8. 5 and 8 compared. Is that 5 is greater than 8? Condition is false. So there is no swapping at all. Then the j variable is incremented from the last value 4. Whenever j variable is incremented to 4, here condition you check in the inner loop. 4 less than 4 false. Then up to 3 only it will run. Again, after completion of the inner loop, the controller will go to the outer loop and it will increment to 1. For one iteration of the outer loop, again j variable will start from 0, and you check the condition here. 5 minus 1, 4, 4 minus I means 1, 4 minus 1 means 3. So starting from 0 to 3 only, that inner loop will run. So whenever 0 is selected, again we will come with the starting element 0, and here 0 plus 1, 1 element. The 1 and 4 are compared. So 1 is not greater than 4, so no swapping. Again j variable is incremented from 0 to 1. Then here instead of 0, 1, here 1 plus 1, 2. Next, one index element, two index elements are compared. Is that 4 is greater than 2? Yes. Then condition is true. Enter into the if condition and swap. When swapping is done, into the 4 position, 2 will come. Into the 2 position, 4 will come. Again, j variable is incremented from 1 to 2. Then what will happen? Here we enter into the inner loop and the if statement will be executed again. 2 and 2 plus 1, 3. So the index values 2 and 3 values, 4 and 5 elements. So 4 and 5 are compared. The 4 value is greater than 5. No, so no swapping at all. Then again we will go to the repetition, incrementation of the inner loop. From 2 to 3 it will increment. That means already 3 is written. 2 to 3 it is incremented. So whenever 3, you see 3 less than 3, here condition is false. Only up to here only it will check. By this time already the elements are sorted in the second phase. Next, again after the completion of the inner loop, we will go for the outer loop, and outer loop now increment to the 1 to 2. That means we are in the third pass, pass 3. First pass, second pass, pass 3. For one iteration of the outer loop, again inner loop will start with 0, and now 0 to what it will continue. Here you have to check the condition. N, 5 minus 1, 4, 4 minus I means what now? 2. So 4 minus 2, here also 2 only. So starting with 0 up to 2 only it will run. So it starts with 0. Again AR of 0 elements are selected. Here AR of 1 element is selected. 1 and 2 are compared. Then 1 is greater than 2? No swapping at all. Then go for the outer loop and increment to 1. Here also in the if condition 1. Here 1 plus 1, 2. 2 and 4 are compared now. 2 is greater than 4? No. So condition is false and no swapping will done. Again we'll go back to the for loop and increment to 1 to 2. Whenever it is incremented from 1 to 2, here you see the condition 2 less than 2 condition is false. Again we go for the outer loop and the last for pass 4. So that means it is incremented from 2 to 3. For one iteration of the outer loop, again you start with the inner loop starting with 0, and you see up to what it will run, n minus 1. That means 5 minus 1 4, 4 minus I means 4 minus 3. That means it will run up to 1 only. So first we start with 0. Here also it will 0, and here it is 1. So 1 and 2 are compared. 1 is greater than 2? No. Then no swapping is done. Condition is false. Then again go and increment from 0 to 1. Then 1, you check the condition 1 less than 1 condition is false. By this time all the passes are completed. Then we will go back to the outer loop, and outer loop is incremented from 3 to 4. That means here you check n minus 1 4. I variable is also 4. 4 less than 4 condition is false. Outer loop is also terminated. So controller will come out of the loop. After this process, all the elements in the array are sorted. You see in the ascending order 1 2 4 5 8. So remove this one. So when outer loop is terminated and controller will come out of the total for loops, by that time all the elements are sorted. Then you print the sorted elements. Before printing, you write down the elements after sorting are like that. You can print. For printing all the 5 elements, iterate the for loop for 5 times. I equal to 0 and I less than n minus 1, right? And up to last element you read I plus plus. So 0 to 4, 5 iterations. For 5 iterations, execute the printf also 5 times. For each time, you print one element percentile d with some space, comma. How to replace with AR of 0 1 2 3. So instead of you writing 1 2 3, you write I variable that will iterate from 0 to 4. So with this we are going to print all the elements. Once press the Alt F9. So here you write down AR Alt F9. Here after printf you write down one semicolon. Here you close one more if condition. Close the if condition here. Enter number of elements 5. And 5 elements are 5, 1, 4, 2, and 8. So you see, after this, the elements are in sorted order 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. So next, we go for the selection sort. What is selection sort? The selection sort is nearly same as exchange sort. Exchange sort means earlier whatever discussed that bubble sort, and the selection sort is very similar. But here what happens, we assumes that we have a list of an elements, and by applying selection sort, when you apply selection sort, the first element is compared with all other remaining n minus 1 elements. The first elements in the array is selected first in the selection sort, and that selected element 9 is compared with all other elements. Then the lower element is placed at first location. So whenever you selected this first element 9 and comparing with all other elements, if all other elements are smaller than the selected elements, then what will happen? into that position, the smaller elements among all other elements is placed at this particular ninth position, and 9 will go into that lower position, minimum element position. And again, the second element, after selecting the first element, the second element is selected, and same thing will happen. So when you select the second element, it is compared with all other remaining elements. If when we are comparing with all other remaining elements, if the minimum element in the remaining elements is placed at 4, and 4 will go to the minimum. And then again, the third element is selected. Same thing will apply here also. It is compared with remaining elements, and the minimum element in the remaining element is placed here, and it will go to the minimum. And again, fourth element is selected and compared with the minimum, all other elements. If minimum element is found, that is replaced here. So that is the procedure. So here, for these 5 elements also, the number of passes are required 4, because the elements are 5. So passes required 4. That means if number of elements are n, passes required n minus 1 according to that principle. So we are selecting the original list given from the array 94758, 94758. So in the pass one, we are trying to select the first element 9 as the minimum element. We are assuming the first element 9 as the minimum element here. Then you compare with all other elements. First we are comparing 9 with 4. Then here 4 is a minimum when comparing with 9. Then instead of 9, we are making the minimum element, considering minimum element here as 4. So we are selecting minimum element 4. Now minimum element is 4, and we are comparing with the other element 7. And here minimum element is 4 only, because when you are comparing minimum element with 7, 4 only the minimum. So we are not changing the minimum element here. Next we are going to compare with other element 5. So 5 is not minimum than the 4. So minimum element is as it is 4 only. And we are comparing with the last element. The 4 is not 4 only the minimum value when comparing with the 8, so that we are not changing the minimum 4. And after this comparisons, all the remaining elements are compared. Now you come to the last statement. You can see that minimum element whatever you found in the all other elements is replaced with first element what you selected here. That element is replaced with the minimum element 4, and into the minimum element 4, 9 will come. And we will go to the pass 2. At this pass 1, only one element is sorted. Come to the pass 2. Here in the pass 2, second element we are considering as the minimum element 9. That 9 is compared with all other 7, 5 and 8 elements. So here the minimum element is 7, because when you are comparing the minimum element 9 with 7, 7 is the minimum. So minimum will become 7 now. Here you compare that 7 again with the next element 5. Earlier we compared with 7, now we are comparing with next element 5. So 7 we considered minimum earlier. Now when you compare that 7 with 5, 5 will be the minimum element. So make the minimum element as 5. Then again you compare that 5 with the last remaining element. When you compare here, 5 only the minimum, so don't change the minimum element. And here, after completion of all remaining element comparison, you put that minimum element into the whatever you selected, that second element position. So into the second element position, that minimum element 5 will come. Into the that minimum element 5 position, what will go? 9 will go. Into that position, 9 will go. Until this time, 2 elements are sorted. Come to the pass 3, and we are considering, or we are selecting the minimum element as 7, third element, and compare with all other 9 and 8. When you compare that 7 minimum element with 9, 7 only the minimum, so don't change minimum element. And you compare 7 with 8, so when you compare 7 and 8, 7 only the minimum, so don't change the minimum element. So no swap here, because there is no minimum element found here. Come to the last pass, here we are selecting the fourth element 9 as the minimum. When you compare 9 and the last remaining element, 9 only the greater. So 8 will be the minimum. So change the minimum element to 8, and there are no other elements to compare. And finally, we will swap that minimum element with the selected fourth element, and into that second element, that minimum element will come. So into 9, 8 will come, because 9, 8 is the minimum, and into 8, this selected fourth element 9 will go. After pass 4, all the elements are in sorted order. You can see 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. All are in ascending order. Here also we will use two for loops. One for loop for selecting the in the first pass. To select the first element, we will use outer for loop. To select the second for loop, outer for loop. So to select the first element, second element, third element, fourth element, we will use one for loop. Whenever the one element is selected, to select remaining elements, we have to use another for loop. Two for loops also we are using here, but with a little bit modifications. Go to the program. We are going to modify earlier program only. Here also we require one set of elements, and number of elements is represented with n, and for one for loop I and another for loop j, when you are swapping, we will use temporary, and ask the user n value. Whenever a user is entering n value as 5, and ask him to enter 5 elements and capture 5 elements with this particular for loop and scanf. So by this time, array of elements are ready. Now we are going to start the selection sort. Every time one index value, first index, second index, third index, fourth index is selected with I variable here. And whenever the minimum element is selected, that minimum element should be compared with all other remaining elements. Those all other remaining elements from that I index onwards. That means I plus 1 index onwards. For example, I variable is 0, next index will be I plus 1. That means 0 plus 1, 1 index. For example, I variable is 1, then j variable index will be 1 plus 1, 2. So from the next index onwards, it will start. From the next elements onwards, it will start. So to select first element, second element, third element, fourth element, we are going to use the outer for loop variable I, and we are considering first time the minimum element is 0. When minimum element is selected, to compare with to all other elements, those all other elements are selected with j variable. This particular j variable is used to select all other elements. Whenever all other elements are selected, inside the for loop, inner for loop, we compare that minimum element with all other AR of j elements. And whenever AR of j elements found to be minimum than the AR of min, we are going to change the minimum element to j. Minimum element to j. And after finding the minimum element position, we'll come out of the inner for loop, and we are going to swap that selected first index position with the minimum index position. Then we will go to the outer loop. Then second index is selected. When second index is selected, that second index is compared with all other remaining elements. All other remaining elements are selected with j variable, and again that AR of min position, second index, is compared with all other AR of j indexes, remaining indexes, and we will find the minimum element here. After finding the minimum, we will swap the second index position with the minimum, like that, like this. This is a repeated process, and all other, the third index, fourth index, and all elements will be replaced with this minimum elements. This procedure is repeated for each and every element. After completion of the iteration of the inner and outer for loops, the elements are sorted according to the selection sort. And when you print the elements, you will see the elements in the sorting order. You press Alt F9. Min element we have to write here. What is the element name? Min. Here you have to write one semicolon. Here also you write down one semicolon. Control F9. And a number of elements are 5. Enter 5 elements. Those 5 elements are 9, 4, 7, 5 and 8. Now you see all the elements are in sorted order 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. With this we completed 2 sorting programs.